very fun. I might not stick to them now. I've got 2 children, and walking the educational journey with them is very tricky anyway, any child. Walking the educational journey with a little boy who was diagnosed with ADHD, autism, and Asperger's introduced a whole new level of complexity. And I found the stakes particularly high, and the personal sense of responsibility was just amplified. It became a journey of discovery for both him and myself. He was only diagnosed at 4, and as a parent, you almost feel as if you haven't done your job when it's quite so late. So we searched for a school, and we found Oakley House. He started here in grade 1, and he left in grade 6. There are a number of programs he went through that actually have facilitated how far he's come. So listening to Mrs. Wiesner, who I'm not as good as speaking, I just thought that the best way to explain the success of what Oakley offers is to take each of the programs and the elements and their approach and indicate what has happened in high school that I believe comes from that. The first thing that Oakley did was sit us down as parents and put together a learning program for James and give us the skills, or help us with the skills at home to help him, so that what he became in grade 6 was an individual who had a solid belief in himself, regardless of his challenges. He believed that he could do, and Oakley House had created the environment within which he could thrive. So from their maths program, he actually at St. George's does all the maths Olympiads and has been reported on in his reports almost every year, actually I think it is every year, as being gifted mathematically. Now, in all honesty, as a parent who did maths at university, I don't actually think he is so gifted as having had a solid foundation when it comes to maths. Because of that, and because of the focused attention and the extension when he was in the intermediate and foundation phase, what it has developed in him is he's not scared of maths. Other children are scared of maths. He's not scared. He believes he can do it. He believes that he can problem solve no matter what you throw at him. If you take I know you've only done it formally of late, the project-based learning, they actually did do it informally before. So he was invited to go to Stellenbosch University for 2 weeks last year and go and participate in their engineering orientation that they do for students, potential students who are interested in doing engineering. And he was only in grade 11 then, and the majority of the children who were there, or learners, were in grade 12. At the end of the 2 weeks, they had to do a project that related to engineering. And out of 200 students, he came 4th. And I really do not think that it is because he is particularly intellectually capable. He is, but it's because he believes that he can, and he had the appropriate foundation. When he started at Oakley, there were all sorts of indications and signs that he was going to have massive reading issues and potentially would never be able to read like the rest of us can read. And at the age of 12, he read the Count of Monte Cristo. So it gives a sense of how much one can achieve if one just has a thorough sense of self-worth, who I am, what I can do, and people around you believe in it. It's lonely being a parent with a child on the spectrum, it is. And sometimes they've got habits that you're almost embarrassed of. I must say, Oakley helped us as parents get over that. We didn't feel isolated. We didn't feel that there weren't things that we could talk about and ask for advice about. So the school gave us a sense of community and massive support. And every single year, his educational needs changed, and every single year, Oakley gave us a structured program and helped us get him to achieve each element of that program by the end of the year. When it came to the social developmental side, James couldn't give us a hug, which was actually the first sign that there was something remiss, because my other children do. He couldn't make eye contact, and he didn't really like to talk, he babbled. And what Oakley did through their social program is he can actually hug you, albeit a little bit sideways. He can actually do it. He does make eye contact unless he's incredibly anxious, but he is now able to do those things. It is difficult going to a mainstream school. He is still recognized as different. He still has a few stims that come out at school, and it is quite difficult for some of his peers to understand. And it was more difficult when they were younger. So he wrote a book about being autistic, being on the spectrum, how you feel you don't fit in. And he actually wrote it after being at Oakley House. And the book finishes with him finding a place. So James has reached 18, and the only reason he is there is because of Oakley. So, thank you.